Welcome to today's program called Unleashing Your Full Potential. Man, I am so excited about the person I have on with me today. He is a legend in KZN. Everybody knows him, the one and only Mr. Allan Hirsch. Allan, welcome to today's show.
Thank you very much. It's an honor to be here with you.
Fantastic. I was in your store this morning, and I just want to say is that your leadership was just rubbing off on every single person that was in that store because they know that when anybody comes in, they can change their lives by helping them find what they're looking for. So, Alan, you've got some magic going as a leader. I'd like to just know, you and Margaret are happily married, you've got two children, you've got five grandkids. What's your magic potion when it comes to connecting with your staff?
I really believe it's about serving. You got to look after other people. The Zig Ziglar's famous saying is, if you want anything, you got to look, give whatever you, how does it go? You can have anything you want in the world as long as you give other people what they want. And I think that's basically what it is, that if you look after people, people look after you. And a customer will come into our store, they want a fridge. And by asking them certain questions, you can guide them to what they really need, not what they think they want. You know, um, People have different requirements, and trying to find what the customer really wants, what the benefit is to them is what it's all about. It's not about us. If they're happy, they come back to us. If they're not happy, they don't come back to us. And, we
Absolutely.
keep telling our sales team, guys, look after your customers. You know, you're building your own business here. We have people who have come back to us with their great grandchildren now. Word of mouth goes down. It's the whole story. It's basics. There's no rocket science to this. If it's to me, it's quite simple. Just look after people.
That's it. People, obviously, it's results through people if we think about it that way. Well, I can say one thing I can tell you about your people is that they basically know how to ask. You know, the statement, the answer is in the question. And it was evident when I walked in. They know what questions to ask to engage you, to know where to steer you. Because, when the person walks in, we mustn't assume we know what they want. We can only find out by asking the right question. So obviously you have empowered yourself to say that the answer is in the question, and they really come up across and ask the right questions. So let's assume I'm walking in, you see me for the first time, you just happen to walk past and you see I'm perplexed and I need help. What will the great Allan Hirsch say to me?
Well, first of all, I'd greet you and say, it's good day normally is the one because it's morning, afternoon. And I'd say, are you looking for anything particular? And then find out particularly what you want. If it's you redoing your kitchen, have you got a color scheme in mind? Does your wife bake? Do you bake? Let's just presume that you're the cook in the family. So just find out what they're looking for, what their requirements are, and guide them along the line. And how big is the kitchen? Have you got a place for a washing machine? Have you got a place for a dishwasher? Do you want a tumble dryer in there? If you haven't, do you want a washing machine combination dryer? And just by simply asking questions, you guide the customer along to what you believe they need. And once you explain the benefit of it, they will say, that's actually what I want. Oh, yeah, that's what I want.
That was so masterful. You don't even know how good you are. You know what you did? There's, that client was just in your mind, and the minute you said, "Do you bake? Do you enjoy baking?" That art of connection is why I wanted to speak to you today because you don't even realize that you do it so naturally. And that's like, oh, do you bake? And because there's a common interest, you know how to guide the client to what they're needing. And yes, maybe they're a baker, but for today, they might be needing a fridge. But you know how to engage, and that's the art of connection. So I'm so encouraged by seeing how the old master does it himself. You know, like old Gary Player says, the more I practice, the luckier I get. And when I see you, Alan, I think it's the same. It is just one of those, the more you do it, you don't even know how you're adding value to people. How do you do that?
Yeah, I don't know. I think it's something inside you. We're all different. Some people are highly intelligent, some are brilliant at maths, and some just feel things. When you with someone, you actually feel that they're uncomfortable about something or they're relaxed about something, and just asking simple questions is the answer, and not to make a person feel awkward. Just and make sure you've got their attention the whole time. It's I don't know, it's to me, it's something which comes naturally, and I'm perhaps blessed in that area. There's other areas where I'm not blessed, but in this area, perhaps it's just a gift that's been given. And if you share your gift, many people get it. It's like running water. The more it flows, the further it goes.
Absolutely right. But if I look at you today, you've got those 5 stars on top of your head. There has to be something about your serving in excellence with those 5 stars behind it. Tell us the thinking behind it. I'd love to know.
Well, the 5 stars, I can't take any credit for. It's my son. He believes in 5 stars, 5-star hotel. Uh, he was given a silver spoon and he's taking advantage of it. But I think it goes back to perhaps parenthood, the way my parents brought me up. My father was at a boarding school in England, very, very strict boarding school, old fashioned. You know, as a child, we couldn't put our elbows on the table. He'd hit it with the back of a knife if you did. We couldn't eat until my mother started eating. Little basic things of being good manners, saying thank you and being polite and please. And it's little things that I didn't even realize it, but it grows you. The seeds in the ground and you put the right stuff with it and it grows you. It's nothing. To me, it's not rocket science. This is just something that's within inside me. Other people are brilliant at math. Some people can speak various languages. I like to really battle with 2 or 3 languages, but we fortunately we're all different, and if we can learn from each other, we all grow.
But the thing is, it is have that aptitude to say, you know, the more I practice, the luckier I get in terms of if I'm really serious about making a difference. But there's something innate about you. You've got the desire not only to see yourself still grow where you are, but in every person that you come in contact with, and I've spoken to a few people say, Allan helps us become the best version of who we are. Now, that's because you care for them. That's because they said common courtesy of firstly acknowledging them. That is without a shadow of a doubt. But then believing that every individual that you work with has value to offer. And just speak more on that because I know that's what the people are saying about you.
Yeah, people come to us from different backgrounds. Some people come back from horrific backgrounds, live in terrible, terrible conditions. Some people haven't even got homes when they start with us. And for them to get them to believe that they can achieve things, it's a slow process. And it's probably the way our morning starts. We always say, come to work, wipe your feet, leave your problems at home at the doorstep, come into the store. Every store, we have a national Zoom meeting, all the stores involved. And one store we do motivation. Someone will come up and tell a joke. Someone will say how dreadful they are. Someone will say, pass a compliment on someone. And goes around the store like that. And then we end the meeting with what's happened in business world, a few motivation quotes, and then my wife will talk, and I'll end the meeting with a little bit of motivation. And then each door does exactly the same. So they get the motivation twice in their head every single day. The affirmation, I'm great, I'll achieve, I'll do amazing things today. They all say it together. And when people first join us, when the music starts and they've got to sing and dance, they like, what is this place? But after a period of time, they get into it. And people that come off the street and have never spoken in public, first time they go speak in the morning, they like holding their face and they're hiding. But after a couple of months, I'll speak this morning, I'll volunteer, and they go forward and the amazing stuff that comes out of their mouths is fantastic. And as
Allow
they
me,
grow, they develop and they get skills from other people as they go along.
allow me to underline to the listeners. It just slipped past, but John Maxwell says everything rises and falls on leadership. What you've just done, we're talking about the art of connection. And with every single one of your stores, I can hear you say it in the morning. The first thing we do is we connect and we do affirmations. And people who previously didn't have the courage to come forward are now saying, I'd like to talk today. Because why? it is that enthusiasm. I mean, entheos, just putting that enthusiasm inside of those people. That's really what it is. In fact, we're all created beings. And entheos, where enthusiastic comes from, is putting God inside of people. Their creator just comes alive. And I can just see you and me smiling and think, yeah, that's what it's about. Is to say, celebrate who you are because of whose you are. Isn't that just a true statement?
And who you can be. It's not where you are today.
Yeah.
And my greatest wealth is when I see people grow, when they buy a car, buy a house, children go to good schools, go on an overseas holiday, something they never ever dream of. And when they achieve it, that is really, I get quite emotional. I'm so proud of them for what they've done. You give people the tools. Some people use them, some people don't. And those that do really benefit. And that's what makes me so proud.
Something that is obvious, but is there, is the fact that in your connecting with people, you and I also believe that education is not that important, but commitment is more important. Because I know one thing, we see how many lawyers, they cannot find work. Why? Because they just have the education, but they don't have the skill to connect with people, which is something that you have. So you and I know that education is not a guarantee that you will be successful in life, but practical life skills of going through the door, knowing how to greet people is what makes that difference. Now, I know you believe in that. Talk to us about that.
Well, I do believe in that. And I do believe that a lot of people have got egos too. They think they're better than they really are. And they're more worried about me than somebody else. And if you start worrying more about yourself, you're going to not focus on other people. And that's so critical. What we said in the beginning, if you look after other people, people look after you. And, a lawyer, doctor, isn't employed today. In South Africa, it's really sad, but they can do it. If they just forget the ego, I'm a lawyer, maybe I'll go work as a laborer for a while. Just get some work experience and grow myself, and the opportunity is going to come. But if you're a lawyer or a doctor and you're not employed today in South Africa, it's really sad, but there is the opportunity. South Africa is full of opportunities, and you've got to make them. They won't come to you. You've got to go out and get them.
And ultimately, with what we do, it's not just about us, but also about the next generation. So you and I, with our grandkids, surely it's just that, just sitting and contemplating in terms of, will what I do today have an effect on them tomorrow? Because ultimately, it's this transfer of skills, transfer of the law of connection. That's really what it is. So that when they go into business someday, they can do something that Grandpa Allan and Grandma Margaret did because they knew how to connect with people. So surely you want that next generation, that next legacy to speak for itself.
My biggest regret in life is that I really never knew my grandfather. And I really wish I did because he's such an incredible man. And I made a point of actually last Christmas getting all our, well, there's five of them grandchildren together and telling a little bit the legacy of his life, my father, uh, how we started Hirsch's, my lack of education, but my want to go on this journey of starting my own business and growing and sharing it with them and trying to inspire them to believe that no matter where you are, you can achieve something if you really believe it. And, as I said, my son has silver spoon in his mouth and the grandchildren too. But to get ahead, you've got to forget about that and start thinking about me. What can I do? How can I improve? How can I grow? Not what I'm given. What can I do? And no matter who you are, your opportunity is in yourself. You think, I can't do this. Yes, you can. The answer's there. Ask yourself questions. You will get the answer. You will achieve. It's all within you.
And the thing is, we have the difference between motivation and discipline, because motivation will motivate us for, call it a short period of time, and we fire up and we do things, but that motivation sort of fizzles out. But if there's a disciplined approach where you do the same thing over and over and over, you do eventually find that that grows a new habit. And you and I know,
Uh,
it takes 21
yeah.
days to actually instill that habit. So discipline comes into play. How do you feel about discipline?
Absolutely. Discipline is absolutely critical. Perseverance, discipline, that old saying, if you have enough no's, it's a mountain you stand on until you get your yes. Uh, those no's are just something that are other people's opinion. It's not your opinion. If you start listening to other people and stop believing in your dreams and your desires, you might as well give up. I mean, my teachers told me, Hirsch, you'll never make anything of your life. And, at one stage I thought maybe they're right, but I just had this little idea, that little dream that uh, I could. Well, my actually father said to me when I failed grade 10, standard 8, and I went to with my report card with all these red rings on it, and he just said, son, you're never going to get a matric. Perhaps one day you can get an apprenticeship and maybe afford to buy a buck and start your own business. That little seed started to grow inside my head. And when you have something that is growing inside you and you allow it to grow and not listen to what other people say and start to believe that, yeah, I can actually do this. And you start off and you start to grow and others grow with you. It's what a feeling, eh? It's not about me, it's about everybody else.
But talking about everybody else, because I know one thing that you do is you actually do not sell appliances. You sell the dream of people living in a home that is comfortable, that's got comfort around them, and appliances that work, that are reliable, that are trustworthy, and as part of their experience to fulfill their dream. And I've often heard you speak about your dream is establishing your home, but it helps to have the right appliances.
We don't sell a fridge. We're giving you fresh food. Your children go to school in clean clothes, and that's what people are actually buying. They think they're buying a washing machine. You say, oh, but when that as it turns around like that, and you know that your clothes are going to come out clean and safe and dry, and you can put them on with confidence, and they feel good, they smell nice. And you walk out with confidence. You stand taller. Um, you know, when you have people around and you open your fridge and the food is fresh inside there. There's no bad odor. That's what people want, and that's what they're buying from us. Peace of mind, a lifestyle that maybe they never had, the lifestyle that they can get.
Well, let me just summarize that, and that is that the great Allan Hirsch there says they're selling the lifestyle, not necessarily the content of the food, but a lifestyle of great food. That's what they have, and they also have clothing that is fresh. It's a lifestyle. When you're out there, feel good about yourself because you smell good, and that is just a lifestyle that you so desire. Alan, I'm so encouraged in terms of speaking to you today. And if Margaret had to be with you, what would you say between the two of you are common denominators that you both carry into Hirsch's to make that successful? Because it is a team effort, no doubt.
Oh, yeah, absolutely. I mean, we are so different. In the early days, we used to work together and it was like a nightmare. Now we found out our own paths and we grow together and we just pull people along with us. Yeah, what Margaret would say is that our success comes from people that have grown with us. We've had people with us for 40 years, a long time. I mean, the business is 46 years old. So as we grow people, they grow us, and collectively we become the best we can be. And it's not only about me, it's about others.
And there's always room for improvement. So, Alan, how many stores are we talking? Where are we apart from Durban Hillcrest? How many stores do we have?
We've got three in Cape Town. We've got, I think, 8 or 9 in the Gauteng area. There's 4 in Durban. We've got Samsung stores. We've got the stores in one in Cape Town, 2 in Gauteng, and 3 Samsung stores in KwaZulu-Natal. Plus, we've got our service division and which is the roots. That's what grow the company. That's grown the company from the service division.
If you had to talk about a line that runs through all of those, be it the service division, be it the client centers in selling, what is the one theme that I can see the 5 stars, but what else is running through all of those stores that you're super proud of?
Service. service is the definition. I mean, that defines us from our competitors. And service is looking after people. It's, uh, when I first came up with you've got to serve your customers, the staff was saying, "What? I'm not a servant." Yes, you are. We are servants. And we take our teams to five-star hotels and show them how the service is given by greeting every customer, not going up and trying to sell them something. But if you're pushing a trolley and you walk past a customer, good day, just being polite, being courteous. That's what's to me. It's so simple. It's something that's inbred in me, and trying to get it across to other people is what it's all about, as far as I'm concerned.
And it's very much the principle of doing unto others what you desire for yourself. Isn't that true?
Absolutely, yeah, I agree with you there. There, yeah.
Well, guys,
Let- let-
we can speak for how long, but I can just tell you, Ellen, with all your years of experience, thank you that you are solid. You know, you are legend. I'll be honest with you. Everybody knows Allan Hirsch because of who you are and just the way that you conduct yourself and that you've never stopped being you. Um, if it's one thing, and obviously we have the right to go around and say, what's it like being around Mr. Allan Hirsch? And all go, what a human being. What a the real deal. So, Alan, I just want to commend you and applaud you on behalf of those people that walk into your stores. I really commend and applaud you for being real and for being you. Um, what is your last message to all your staff that are going to listen to this and be so proud of their boss, their owner? What do you want them to remember most?
Well, first of all, I want to thank you for this opportunity. I appreciate it, and I really enjoyed it. And to the team, guys, you can become who you want to be. If I've done it, you can do it. But you've got to believe, and then you've got to stick to your goals, your discipline, your perseverance. And those no's don't come from your mouth, they come from somebody else's mouth. It's up to you to believe and grow yourself and become the best you can, because it's inside you. Just got to believe it. And it is there. It's inside all of us. The old story is the wealthiest place in the world is the cemetery. All those dreams were buried there. Guys, the dreams inside you, take it out, make it happen.
Well, that is wisdom from the great Allan Hirsch. And all I can say is when you speak about discipline, my quote, if you do not have self-discipline, the world has mandated to discipline you. So if you want to be one of the stars at Hirsch,
I love
then
that.
you are about five-star service. It is lying right within you. You have the capability, and your owner, Allan Hirsch, believes in you. Make it count. Thank you, and make the difference. Be the difference out there.
Thank you. Well done. Appreciate that.
Thank you, Ellen. That was fun. So obviously, I will literally send it to your PA. You can get it out to your staff. It will be on my YouTube. But I really just saw today with all the people that we have there, they all need to understand people skills. People come there selling a product, but I just realized, well, you need to know who you're working with. People are different. People have got different needs, different behavioral types out there. And that's the one thing where I felt I can make a difference and help a lot. There's just no doubt about it. But Crystal did a
I,
great job.
I really believe you can. Oh, she's amazing. Yes.
She is amazing. So she did a great job today. You know what was, I just want to give you a little bit of a testimony there. They were like, Telcom arrived with three people, obviously the regional boss and two of the normal guys. But she had the wisdom to say, no, you stand up and tell us who you are about. What's your passion? It's the first time we could see those guys stood up public and spoke. But she was just so endearing in any questions, and she just lifted them. And you know what? It's the what you want to do and what you do with your people I saw in action. I couldn't wait to come and tell you that today. So you must be proud. It really was wonderful. It was good to see her in action.
I, I appreciate it. Thank you. I really love that feedback because I don't normally get that type of feedback.
Yeah,
I'll just send her a
you
little
think it's too
message
small,
right
but you
now.
know
Thank
what?
you.
It's those little things that actually show us why the big things tick over by themselves. Isn't that true?
Uh, absolutely. Yeah.
So thank you. Whenever you
Thank you.
just want a cup of coffee and you just want a soundboard, I'm the kind of guy that can sit there at the executive level and say to you, how do I help? Any day, anytime.
Appreciate it. Thanks very, very much.
Thank you.
Great talking to you.
Be blessed. Thank you. Take care. Bye
Thank
bye.
you. Thank you. Bye. Bye.